So, before we start, Doc, is yung title sa mga study is Biosecurity and Disease Control Challenges in the Field of Veterinary Medicine. So, before we start sa question jud is kanang mga tanong mo akong sa mong background. So, can you briefly describe your background and years of experience as a licensed veterinarian?
So actually, I was the first RA diri sa CMU. Ako ang pinakaunang research assistant during sa time ni Dr. Simburio pang din ato. Tapos under sa project sa Philippines-Belgium Veterinary Project. So after that, I was able to apply for another works about.
Number 2, what type of difficulties are faced during outbreak response and containment?
So far, since ang among biosecurity is grabe man siya ka stricto gyud, wala mi kasulay og outbreak actually. So, na-contain ginawa siya before the disease comes in. Wala gisa ni abot into point na mag-outbreak siya. Grabe gyud ka kontrolado siya.
Pero kung magbutang ng tag situation, Doc, na nag-outbreak yun, wala na content, say challenges kita.
Dako kay na siya nga loss. Dako siya nga loss. Like for example, ang breeder farm, ang isa ka manok ang cost niya is dako kay na kay gikan man abroad. So once na makakuha na, dako kay siya. So millions of pesos.
Is biosecurity dependent on the finances of a facility?
Yes, kinahanglan gid ka mag-invest og biosecurity kuan measures kay kana lang daan pagbutang nimo one is basta moingon ang biosecurity dili man lang duha mo na siya na structural ug operational no biosecurity. So structural sa structures nimo kinahanglan imo hapon nang gi-employ ang kuan. So sa operations na po na siya. So sa operations that includes mga medicines, mga disinfectants, vaccines, those are gasto yun. Gasto. Kung dili ka mo invest ana nga kuan, most probably ang biosecurity measures nimo kulang siya. So kana lang daang mga set of uniform sa imong mga kuan nga every time mag-ili sila mag-transfer nya na. Dako ba nga investment. So dako gyud gay nag-contribution ng kuan. Dako gagasto gyud kung biosecurity. Oh, kinahanglan ka mag-invest for your safety. Mao na siya ang kuan dia. Tinatawag na to nga kinahanglan ka mo invest para mas ma-implement mo mas protected ang mga flock. Dako na siyang investment eh.
How prepared is your facility to respond to emerging infectious diseases?
So sa ako tanaw sa karon is still weak. Weak gid siya. In the sense nga naay makalusot under the table nga mga kuan. So dili wala siya kuan. Although grabe ang paningkamot namo as veterinarian pero ang uban nga agencies
Wala dyan.
wala. So depende po na depende sa kung kasi nakatuka dia.
Depende sa
Kasi gahawid.
So,
Proceed na din sa 2024 na Doc, which is
number 1 is, what are your recommendations regarding disease outbreak and biosecurity measures?
Kung sa kuan lang sa gobyerno, actually good ang ilahang kuan. Wala gyud problema sa ilahang plano sa the way. Dito ra gyud sa implementation nga kabulabog. So ang pag-implement sa kuan is
Our topic lab is about biosecurity and disease control. Ay, wala.
sige.
Disease control challenges in the field of veterinary medicine. Ang preliminary questions daw. Can you briefly describe your background in years of experience as a licensed veterinarian?
I entered the college in 2011. Graduated 2017, got licensed in 2018, and since then I've been teaching here mainly on physiology and pharmacology subjects. And then on the weekends, I also do small animal practice at the local veterinary clinic.
Next question, Doc. what difficulties are faced during the outbreak response of containment?
So far, Paramag hasn't experienced any issues with regards to containment. However, a direct experience that we can relate to this question is really on the outbreak of ASF in the whole country. If you're not that updated, ASF actually did spread across the country. In fact, it came to a point wherein most of the provinces are on red alert, meaning there is a positive case of ASF in at least one, or like in at least one locality within the provinces.
Doc, does availability of PPE and sanitation equipment for supply a role?
Yes. Again, that would also stem from the lack, whether or not funding is available. Although PPE and
PPE and sanitation equipments.
although PPE is considered, well, that's actually from two different areas. PPE is actually anything that's worn by the personnel, which is
Doc, what national or institutional policies guides will this institution practice?
right now. I'm not really sure with the Philippines. I'm only aware of guidelines that are set by. It's actually in the context of research, academic and research institutions. For me, as a professional who's also trained in biosafety and biosecurity, our main references would be the BNBL, that's the Biosafety Manual for Laboratories, and
Recommendations regarding disease outbreak and biosecurity events.
recommendations is actually outlined in one of our modules when I did something. Recommendations is actually in the case of in the face of an outbreak, we highly suggest to establish a plan first. I mean, you establish a plan even when there's no outbreak, so that by the time that when the outbreak did occur, there is a specific plan which you can follow or maybe improve. And although plans are there, we
Good afternoon, Doc. This is the interview plan for the group titled with Biosecurity and Disease Control Challenges in the Field of Veterinary Medicine. So I am Mrs. David D. Mancaya, and this is Kaiser G. Valdez. Okay, so before I start with our objective questions, can I ask first, can you briefly describe your background and years of experience as a licensed veterinarian?
As in, background. Unsay gusto ninyo nga? Background. Unsay gusto ninyo nga may bawaan?
Just anything po, Doc.
Okay. So I graduated 2018. Then, wala ako ni-take diretsyo. 2019 ako ni-take. Kaya nagtigong pa og money for review. So, pasar ko sa 2019. Then,
To start our objective 1, what are the most common biosecurity challenges you face in veterinary medicine?
ako na lang siyang i-direct nga diri sa field sa academe sa atong mga laboratories. Ang common nga challenge na to is kanang wala gid tay central na lock or walay inana murag dili kay ta equipped with CCTV, no? So for example sa laboratory nako, although dili man na wet lab ang histology, pero gakagamit siya sa uban nga people, dili ra ako. Tapos ang microscope gakabalin-balin everywhere. So what if mawala siya? Dili gid secured ang mga equipment.
So, what difficulties are faced during nana by case nga naka-experience ka og outbreak response. So, move on ta Doc sa objective number 2. So, is biosecurity dependent on the finances of a facility?
Yeah. Yes, for me siguro, common knowledge siya kay kung dili enough ang kwarta or ang budget for that area, dili pud mo, di ba, CCTV mahal man, so walay budget, dili kita ka closely monitor the area. Unya gauli beta di beta gatulog dira. So ayun, yes na yes.
Okay. Are the amount of patients a concern regarding biosecurity in a facility?
Dili necessary siya nga concern as long as ang imuhang area maka-accommodate po og inana na volume or bisag pila na volume. Pero kung imong area gamay kayo nya dagan kay gapangabot, I think you have to consider extending na dayon your facility. Depende ra gid siya sa way or depende ra gid kung maka-accommodate ang isa ka facility og volume, taas na volume sa patient.
So, alright. End of objective 2. So, objective 3. How prepared is your facility so PTH?
Dili ko makatubag anak kay di man ko sa VTH, but sa atong kakita marag dili, I think although dili perfect pero at least pasado na. Oh, ingon ana.
Okay, so what national or institutional biosecurity policies guide your practice?
We are actually basing our practice sa Bureau of Animal Industry, no, sa dito kita mo incline.
So, what are your recommendations regarding disease outbreak and biosecurity measures?
For that, although sa academe man tano, I think din mo saka kita dito sa higher na mga offices kay kita kanang dili magkita diretso mo respond tinaman ta sa academe. So I think i-strengthen ang mo strengthen ana is katong mga involved na mga offices like yung mga Bureau of Animal Industry, yung department.
Good afternoon, sir. Sorry sa disturbance. To formally introduce us, ako si Daniel Josh Lai Carnal, first year VetMed.
And Harley Alvarano, first year VetMed.
And we're conducting this interview for the compliance of our PERCOM, sir.
Okay.
So, first, sir, may I ask your work history, like how long have you been a doctor? I mean, mga other fields, like technician ba ka?
Okay, I'm actually a biologist and a second courser. So I graduated at Mindanao State University main campus in 2016. So from 2016 up to the current year, I'm being the research consultant of many institutions and universities.
Our first objective, our first objective actually is to identify lang the challenges of biosecurity and disease control in veterinary medicine. So for the first question, in your eyes, what are the most like biosecurity issues that handle name or within the thesis, like what are the main things?
So in veterinary practice, it is expected that we are handling disease-causing agents, particularly pathogens, like bacteria, as well as viruses. So biosecurity and biosafety is actually a very necessary aspect sa ato ang practice, no?
Since you've already answered the first objective, we'll move on, which is assess the factors and contributing challenges of biosecurity in veterinary facilities. Are the amount of patients, like let's say in a given facility, are the amount of patients biosecurity, like is it a concern?
Let me answer that one. So I am dealing with research, so I'm not working at VTH. I cannot answer that one with the proper data. But so far as I know, when I was still a clinician, we have a very few patients. So it does not affect the biosecurity.
Thank you, sir. Moving on to our next objective. It's a review of veterinary policies and programs that illustrate the strengths and weaknesses in current disease prevention measures. We'll just condense this one into how effective are policies enforced. In your history as a time of also handling students who conduct these
So, in terms of effectivity, our students are very compliant and they are trained prior to the conduct of their activities. So we have seminars on biosafety and biosecurity, which they have to comply before they go to conduct their studies. We also have courseworks relating to that particular activity. So the university is well adapted enough to deliver that particular aspect. So they are trained in order to conduct a thorough and ethical research.
So for the last objective is, in short, is basically what are your recommendations regarding disease outbreak and biosecurity measures? Or let's say in an aspect of which what can be improved.
Okay, for this institution or in general?
We accept both answers.
Okay, so in general, if there is a disease outbreaks, it is the responsibility of both, the clients and the veterinarians, or even the farmers itself, or even the local itself, the community in general, to inform the institutions, like the DA or the DOH, if there is a noticeable mga disease outbreaks. We need to work hand in hand with the community, along with the institutions and government agencies, in order to combat these particular disease outbreaks. And once there is a disease outbreak, we need to strictly follow the protocols. So that is in a way to contain that particular disease, just like what we did during the COVID pandemic. So our entire organizations and agencies are working hand in hand to contain such outbreaks. And in the level of the laboratories or testing facilities and agencies, kailangan talaga mag-follow yung strict protocol and how to handle the samples, how to decontaminate them, how to analyze them in order to prevent further outbreaks from happening.
In your eyes, sir, is there something that we can improve on as
for our institution, there's a lot of improving to do, especially with the lack of facilities. But we're getting there. One year at a time, one project at a time.
But if you can say the specifics, is there some on the same?
Yes, there's still a lot. There's still a lot of things to follow. For example, we need a security. For example, in the ADDL level, since there are lots of pathogenic agents, so what we need to have is that we need to have a security guard. We need to have lots of barriers, physical barriers, before entering the laboratory. We need to decontaminate ourselves. We still don't have that facilities because we lack the funding.
Anyways, so would you like to share your brief lang history and background being a veterinarian? When did you graduate? Other experiences other than being here in the VTH, and how long have you been in the VTH po?
Okay. So I graduated in the year 2019 and took the boards on the same year. And then I worked also, I had my first job at the same year as well as a veterinarian in a poultry company. And so I started as a poultry vet for 2 years, and then after I came home, I studied here, by the way, in Central Mindanao University.
So, second sa prelim, have you been involved in disease outbreak management and biosecurity planning?
Yes. In poultry.
In poultry, specifically poultry po. Thank you. So, let's cut this short. Subjective 1, it's to identify the challenges of biosecurity and disease control in veterinary medicine. Let's start with the first question. What are the most common biosecurity challenges you face in your practice?
Mostly people participation, like especially in farms, like the honesty sa inyong flockmen when it comes to using the foot baths, not going in and out of the farm frequently, mga case, or even kanang mga managers or farm owners, mostly mga man. I've also encountered cases wherein ay mga breach of biosecurity sa farm wherein there are presence of animals.
Okay, moving on to the third objective is a review for the veterinary policies and programs that illustrate the strengths and weaknesses in current disease prevention measures. For the first question, how prepared is your facility? How prepared is your facility to respond to emerging infectious diseases? Like, let's say, for example, let's say a very common disease is something like parvo na lang. Like, how prepared ba ang facility?
Sa percentage. By percentage? I think the facility is prepared. Ang personal ang dili pa siya. Kami ang joke lang. The facility is prepared man.
What are your recommendations regarding disease outbreak and biosecurity measures?
Disease outbreak
Recommendations, like for the improvement of or
prevention.
Wala nabasa. Prevention Prevention of disease outbreak.
What I can recommend to prevent disease outbreaks.
Like, finances.
Proper enforcement yun. Strict enforcement of biosecurity measures. As easy as unta ka ng wala magpatakag sulod sa hospital, dili mga dili mga authorized personnel.
Based on the data gathered from the interviewees, there are challenges regarding disease outbreak and biosecurity in the field of veterinary medicine, namely finances. Investment is a necessity, and although subjective, there is an emphasis on the amount of money spent on the facility's apparatus, machines, policies, securities, and especially workers. Second, client relationship. In definition, clients are holders or farmers of the veterinarian, and there are several instances in which the client's education or lack thereof can affect the biosecurity and biosafety in a facility and the clients themselves. Third, security. Lab apparatuses can be stolen or used improperly. Unwanted agents can affect the facility or patients through people, birds, insects, or etc. There are observed gaps in the biosecurity of veterinary medicine, and it is important to note that there are several diseases that are zoonotic, which can affect humans. Additionally, on a financial standpoint, it is wise to invest into biosecurity as it helps stopping breaches, which can cause facilities to lose from thousands to millions of pesos depending on the size of said facility.